Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for episode 2 of the Fall of the House of Usher. The first episode set the stage very nicely. We got a lot of characters to keep track of. We got a lot of moving parts already. So many callbacks, Easter eggs, and little literary nuggets sprinkled throughout. We got a mystery. We got it all. We got it all. We got a lot of familiar faces as well, both new to Mike Flanagan and old. I'm excited, man, to get into this. And I'm sorry for my excited rambling throughout the first episode, but I was really looking forward to the show and just kind of getting into the mix of it all, man. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. It's a watch-along format, so you win your own footage to sync up with the time codes for reaction the entire episode. Over there, you also get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, try to make it worth your while, so sure go to support the channel. But I just really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really does help these videos out. And before we jump in, a huge shout out to the guys over at Prepper for helping us edit down these highlights for YouTube. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 2, The Masque of the Red Death. Here we go.
You found it like this. Didn't touch anything, did you?
No, sir. Clocked in, did my morning rounds, and there it was.
Is that a young Dupin?
Dead bodies, necrophiliac?
Necrophiliac.
Ooh. Or is that just what we think happened?
Make me confiscate that camera.
You can't, unless I'm being charged with the crime.
Don't push me, Mr. Dupin. I told you before.
It
this
is
serious business, and you're not supposed to be here.
1979.
5 graves exhumed, and the last 4 weeks, 5 corpses missing. All people who were part of that drug trial. Bodies.
What the hell?
The people in charge of making us healthy make us sick. We fleece the poor, promote the racist, let the demons run amok. This world needs changing.
That was really good.
All the greed, the foulness, the rot in the world, and sit down across from it, what would you say?
Was it ever going to be enough?
Oh, nice. Were they running those trials?
Kids with sports injuries, their docs prescribed them Ligadone, pitch it like extra strength Tylenol. Fast forward a year, they're shooting up heroin behind dumpsters. You wanted more than the hundreds of millions you were pulling before Ligadone hit the market. That wasn't enough for you, so that's my question.
Damn, we're really diving into the opioid crisis here. That shit's real bad here, dude.
Prospero. Perry. Frederick told me before the end he thought Perry was your informant, that he was giving you the information. Anyway, doesn't matter at all. Not since I killed him.
Oh, shit. And that figure's gone.
The first thing you have to understand about my son is that he was, if nothing else, crazy.
Oh, goddamn. Really fits the bill for the name. And for what he was trying to set up in the next one. Hedonism. Did he just use a butt plug to crush a pill? Or maybe it wasn't him. It was them.
You have to leave it in on the way to the hospital, or else it'll just get worse.
Babe, no one touched your eggs.
God damn.
Here they are. I found them.
And that was almost over nothing.
Every one of my fucking siblings got it. It's like a given, like a fucking right. But
Not for him,
you have
though.
to pitch him on it, and he grinds you.
Oh, he hasn't got his yet.
This is a collection of condemned Fortunato testing facilities that are not compliant, or worse, leaking toxins into the groundwater.
Holy shit, we own all of these?
Are you acknowledging ownership?
Of course he isn't.
Well, we inspected these sites.
By court order or permission.
If you don't own them, what do you care?
I love this role for Mark Hamill, man. It's so good.
Some of these are a fucking gold mine. If this one is ours, I want to see it. It's perfect for this idea I had.
Can I talk to you for a moment?
Debauchery.
Wow, he is ruining this. Probably on purpose.
What are you doing?
I'm getting to know the family business, like Dad said.
You're supposed to be shadowing me. Shadows don't... He talks. You don't talk. You say, we at Fortunato
take our responsibility to the environment very seriously, and we are aligned with you in our mutual goal of compliance.
Arthur has the power of 6 or 7 attorneys, and the last thing he needs is Gucci Caligula. You're only here because my father blackjack dealer on a yacht in Cannes 25 years ago, and he so hard that the estate cracked into 6 pieces instead of 5.
Wow, what? Fuck these guys, dude. I mean, I don't. We're not supposed to like them, so it's working.
The permits, anonymous debauchery social event that changes venues every month.
Oh.
It's exclusive.
It's a pop-up club.
The pop-up club.
I'll mention it later, I think. If I remember. I hope I remember.
A serious membership fee.
How much?
10 grand. So we get 100 people on the list. That's our first $1 million. 5 grand at the door per party you attend. We're at 1.5.
But he's using this building to move forward with what he wants to do.
Do we need a theme or something?
No, it's not a prom. Sex and drugs are the theme. The orgy starts at midnight.
The orgy starts at midnight.
It should be masquerade.
Fitting the theme of the title of the episode. Oh, whoa. Hello? Don't know who that was. You're blonde.
It's okay. It really is.
No, babe, nothing about this is okay. All right, at this rate, we're going to lose funding in 6 months.
And if she lived, the whole trial would be poisoned.
Interesting choice of words.
Human trials. How much longer is this going to take? The monkey's fine.
Our test subjects are reacting as predicted. Just going over latest reports.
If we're going to miss the human trial threshold, if my 200 million is coming up snake eyes, you'll tell me, right?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Look at me. I need this to work.
God damn.
A little coke, a little pick-me-up, or a check-me-out. Yeah, I'm your guy. But I'm not a cartel. I can't supply your whole rave.
But you know...
Wow. What the hell?
Or something. Because you should if you haven't. It's brilliant.
What about Viagra?
I've never seen it. I do want to watch it, though.
You're better than a dealer. You're smarter than a DJ. All right, this is beneath you. And you're going to kill it. But you're better than all of this.
Oh.
I get the kind of performance anxiety that comes with a public orgy. I'm gonna get you some Viagra.
You do have Viagra?
Of course I have Viagra. I have a reputation to uphold.
Oh my God.
To the best of my knowledge, no action was taken.
Look into this witness stand, the drug rep. See if you can find something. And if you can't find something, we may have to just find something.
Wow. God damn, dude. Brutal.
There's something that stinks about Vic's clinical trial. That might be the feds' way in. If they have something on our heart mesh thing, can you poke at that? Talk to lab techs, bribe, threaten, mix and match?
God damn, man.
You know what? I will need both of you tonight before dinner.
Ooh. That was cool.
7 days a week. Wet ass party. Make that pull-out game week.
Is that what the song is now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yo, how's the water?
I like how we're framed under the sprinkler system.
I'd suggest serving bottled water.
Anyway, they were talking about how these places are just...
Bullshit, they're dripping on my phone.
They might sweat a little. They're old enough, but there's no pressure.
leaking poisonous chemicals into the land and all that stuff, so... I'm wondering if everybody coming in here is going to get affected by that.
You guys saw those tanks on the roof. We just tie in, like hooking up a hot tub.
You can do that by tomorrow night?
Yes, because remember the golden rule. Whoever has the gold makes the...
That cut.
Whole joke I told him once. Remember the golden rule.
There he is again. Well, someone.
Number 4, I think. Late 60s, kitschy as hell. And the cover.
Ooh.
One finger up. Making a proclamation. Remember the golden rule. And what's that? His short little peasant subjects shout back from below. And in the last little word bubble, it says, whoever has the gold makes the...
Oh, oof.
Are you all right?
Have you ever heard of Catacol?
No.
It's a hereditary form of vascular cognitive impairment. Before it kills you, it causes symptoms very much like dementia, and even cause hallucinations.
You're talking about vascular dementia.
There's no cure, you know. And a 5-year prognosis on the outside. So really the only hope is preventative, like, say, an experimental new smart heart mesh that offers real-time diagnostics of major blood vessels in the brain. Might buy some time.
Okay.
All of this really starts there, in that office, with Rufus Griswold, the original cocksucker.
Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
And this is the first pill in history for all of us. And this little pill is a world without pain. And we usher in a new world because this world needs changing.
You could slogan that, usher in a new world.
Fortunato won't just be a medical care company. Fortunato will be a miracle. And you will be the new Messiah. This is how you change the world.
That's a good way to play into ego right there.
She used to work here. She sat on that desk that Suze is on right now. She gave her life to this company.
All right.
She was in agony, daily pain, every minute, and I saw all of it, and I knew it did not have to be that way. Of course, you'll make billions doing this, that's true, but that's not why you do it.
Does he believe that, though? Like, he seems like when we saw him as a kid, he seemed genuine to some degree. So where did that go? Did his power corrupt?
Sorry about your pitch. I was glad to have some time with your wife. I think today's the most time I've spent with Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived, whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee.
What's happening?
Shh. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought but to love and be loved by me.
Vomit. With computers, we could use them for anything. Financial markets, predictive medical care. Hell, an algorithm could write movies and TV shows. Down the line, we could mimic human consciousness.
I didn't expect this conversation to come up in here. Drugs and AI, guys, let's go.
We are going to change the goddamn world. And if Fortunato won't help us get there, we will trample them on our way. You go forward. And if you hit a brick wall, you don't go back, you go through. Rufus Griswold is going to help us go forward, or we're gonna go right through him.
God damn.
Finally finished all these questions, and I know that was a lot.
100,000 questions.
It was 10,000, but I take your point.
What the hell?
Now, the algorithm's gonna worm its way through the internet. It's gonna grab everything it can. Your Facebook, your Instagram, your profile.
And then it makes another me.
An AI approximation, but a virtual you that thinks like you, talks like you, is you.
I don't like that.
See, the ancients, they all wanted to
live on beyond your days.
Well, everybody
God damn it.
does.
Damn.
And they tried all this stuff, mummification, pyramids, but speaking of...
I guess that's a point like you can make.
It is a new piece for my Immortality collection, and it is beautiful, and I'm going to use...
Got a minute.
I'll go say hi to Grandpa.
Interesting. After their mother, she got obsessed with immortality, and he got obsessed with eliminating pain.
Surprise! That's a...
Oh!
Come in, sweetheart.
Grandma? No, jeez, no, never again. I'll hit you.
I'll hit you.
So, I never asked. How'd you meet my grandpa? Actually, I was in this awful car accident. I was
shattered. More than 3 dozen fractures. They just whipped off the old leg. And your granddad happened to be visiting the hospital on business, and I guess they wanted him to come see me because I was on this dosage ligadone that no one had ever been on before. And he came to my ICU room and he asked me how I was enjoying the pills, and I was like, I literally love the pills. And he said he was the one that invented them. And I said that I was just so grateful I could just blow them, and
I did! Ha! Oh my god! Wow.
yeah.
I don't think that was the story you were hoping for.
See, it's an old world masquerade, anonymous debauchery, and then at midnight the rain's gonna fall and we're all gonna dance and feel more alive in 5 minutes than Freddy ever will. You should come.
Perry, that's insane.
No, it's not. I still see that fiery, free-spirited goddess in there. Don't you wanna see her
Wow.
again? Just for one night? No, nothing. No, we'll find out.
How dare you? I'm your brother's wife.
Yeah, and that's pretty hot.
Right, so I am thinking a romantic dinner tonight. He can serve you food, romance, an intimate dinner, like a good date, an anniversary date, maybe that kind of vibe.
What is going on here? Oh.
You look beautiful tonight. Hey, here we go. Full speed in 3, 2, 1. Jab, cross, hook, up.
That transition, dude. So many good ones, man. Why is she always watching her brother-in-law's tapes?
And we're thinking maybe there's an angle to play on the biological waste disposal. They have 3 pickups a week. Maybe we look into that.
One good thing about having a profile article is
What's happening over here?
She's up to something.
Well, okay then. I can't even, like, process everything that's going on, man.
Hey, you two. So I'm headed out.
Oh, we've got this.
She's going.
What time will you be back?
Oh, you know, I don't know.
Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Galaga. Can't make out the other ones.
You came?
I don't know you.
Try one of the bedrooms. We have 12 of them. With mattresses for floors. I'll find you later.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This is the real business. This party's worth 2.5, but this footage?
Oh my god. Yeah, blackmail. All to hell.
I'm about to own Dick Wad. I mean, own him. For the rest of his stupid little sweaty life.
Oh, god. Is that the blonde from the roof? That's Gugino, isn't it? Oh, wow.
Who are you?
Yep, there she is.
You can take off your mask, Prospero.
You know my name?
I know everyone here.
She knows everyone here.
Tell me, and don't lie. Is it everything you wanted it to be?
Almost.
Nearly realized is the sweetest. It's better, I promise. In the moment just before and in the moment after. That is the truth of this world. But
yeah.
And it's everything you imagined. And there's still time.
To what?
Is she death?
To stop it. Things like this. All things, in fact, have consequences. Take you, for instance. Someone, a long time ago, made a little decision, and then by and by, You were born. You were the consequence of a harmless choice made by someone in a moment where you didn't even exist. And that choice defined your whole life. You are consequence, Barry. And tonight, you are consequential.
And she's gone. Oh, God. Jesus. Creepy Watsoning all over the place. Is she death? Is she the devil? Pain itself? What is she? Time for the rain. What the hell? Oh, she's sparing certain people. Oh, is she going to ignore the warning and stay, though? Oh, God. It's going to be acidic. Yep. That's the corpse he was seeing. Burned by the poisonous water this plant created. And they're all locked in. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Just like the story itself, death entered the building. Oh, the sounds.
Beautiful boy.
Kiss of death. That's gotta be it then. She's gotta be death. Wow. I don't like looking at that. The skin soup, the bodies molded and morphed together and burned. God damn, man. Holy shit. I don't even know where to start with this one. This one was mostly seemed to be balancing out, like at least on the Roderick side of this whole thing, is how did he get to this point? You know, we had those flashbacks to see his pitch for this drug that just took off and just started corrupting and corrupting and corrupting. You know, just feeding into things, the way it was marketed, the way they withheld information about it. It wasn't quite what he sold it to be. But it seems like, at least in his younger years, that, well, I don't know, we didn't see much about it, that both him and his sister wanted to change the world based on the way they observed it and were affected by their childhood traumas individually, their childhood upbringing, the way they were seen by their father, the way they've seen by their mother, what they experienced while interacting in and around both. And they both responded to it in a very different way. You know, he saw the pain of the world, the healing of it, the lack of intervention that could come into play to stave off pain and death itself. He's trying to, you know, extend life, you know, to help. That's what started this whole thing. You know, medicine and all these trials are meant to be early detectors to help save lives, extend them because of what happened with their mother. Subsequently, the sister, who's always seemed very more stern, stable, and maybe even more pragmatic in a way, doesn't seem like she's fighting death. Death is an accepted part of it, but she's looking for the after, for immortality in a different form. Maybe not while we're here. You know, she talks about collecting her, she's got an immortality collection. She's got this thing, this tool for mummification. She's talking about downloading everything that is us, our data, and living on. She's looking for legacy and continuation in a different way. While he's preventative, she's trying to think ahead and extending. It's an interesting flip of the same kind of coin, but it's all at its core is death. So how does Verna fit into this? It seems like it, like I said in the last episode, it started from that one point. Did he make a deal? They were there, they communed, but they had also already done something. And this is the fallout of that. I mean, in this way, if they've kind of perpetrated this continuous, like, funneling of lives because of the extension of their actions, extension of their pharmaceutical empire, you know, and the testing, the human trials, the animal trials, the scraping under the rugs with tests, FDA approvals, and the stuff they lie and kick under the rug and put out there into the world with this non-addictive drug that is actually addictive. How many lives are they ushering to the afterlife as a result of their attempts to stave that off? And did they get lost along the way? Clearly, quite so. And is this like a commentary on power corrupting absolutely? You know, maybe he started off with good intentions and only now, after he's at the end of his days, lost everything that he's built, lost his entire family as a sacrifice of that he seized back on his life with clarity. We don't know that yet. I'm just presuming ahead here a little bit, but it's just kind of interesting to me how they're framing everything. Because of the Masque of the Red Death specifically, you know, it takes place when that plague was just sweeping the countryside, just like it was just everywhere. And the rich, the wealthy decided to close their doors, hole up, away from society, not let anyone in, not let anyone out, and have an internal party, hoping it'll pass them by. They'll wait it out. You know, they party, much like this. It was a masquerade. And lo and behold, a figure in a skull mask wearing the garb of death eventually comes across. There's 6 rooms, if I remember right, and a 7th room, which no one uses. It's pitch black. No one goes in there. I may be a little off on this, but you know, everybody goes through the first 6 stages. Everybody goes through the first 6 rooms, but nobody goes into the last one. Prospero, being the figure in this story that is paralleled with this one, I forget exactly his station, but he's the one that threw this whole thing together, much like this. But he goes into that unmarked room following after this figure and dies. He was the first victim of the Red Death as it had creeped in, and he was infected. He died as a result of it. And because everybody was locked in here with him, they all got it and died too. They all played into this hedonistic escape, this running away from consequence, this land of debauchery where they could do whatever they want and get away with whatever they want. You know, no one's going to know who they are, but at the end of the day, he knew who everyone was, and he was here to exploit everybody as well. So there was a lot of different layers to it. But much like that, because of his neglect, because of his own ignorance and not paying attention in that board meeting about why those buildings were condemned in the first place, and much like his family, who is just skirting responsibility for disposing of their own wastes, and him coming in here and doing what he's doing to try to capitalize where everybody else is just kind of undercutting him at every step of the way, that falls back onto him. He is consequential. He is consequence. I like those lines and the way they kind of factored into how he even exists, but at the same time, how it relates to how he factors into everything that's happening here tonight. I'm handsy right now, man. This show gets me excited. Just talking about all the different ways that they're telling the story, man. Again, there's so many, like, I don't know how I'm going to do half of this, or especially when I'm reviewing this, when it goes through the editing process for a lot of these dialogues, because they're all so good. There's no way to keep it all in. But god damn, man, it's just like that whole exchange with him and Carla Gugino in there when she courted him in, and always that idea about it's always nice in the acquisition and the chase of a thing. Once it's happened, the taste is fleeting, that it's gone. It's almost like the thrill of the hunt or a climax. You know, it's always peak just as it's about to enter your grasp, because before it's still going on, but it's also guaranteed and you're right there. And she was like, hey, you could turn back, you could avoid this and whatever. But because he avoided all these things and he didn't do his due diligence, everything that has been corrupted by this land, especially considering that they made sure to mention that this place had its own water supply. It was cut off from the city, and that water, based on that board meeting, is very much so, more than likely, completely destroyed, unusable, deadly even, with all the chemicals floating around in it, the corruption. And that's what he hooked up to the sprinkler system. And because of all that, everybody in here died. But she whispered, it's interesting though, she whispered to certain people, bartender, one of the security guys, and Frederick's wife, to escape, to leave. I don't know that she made it out in time. It seemed like she ignored it and was going back in because she was pulled in by the promise of it all, the thrill of this stagnant life she's been living, which at that point, it's kind of on her. I mean, there's no other way about it. She came out here seeking to do what she did. Those other two, they left. We didn't see what happened to her, but Prospero was fried. We saw his specter looming over Carl Lumley in this, as he's in this exchange with Roderick about everything that's been going down, and then he got right up in his face, the scalded over, burnt away flesh, the cataract eye, and all of that. Ooh, oof. God damn, man. But yeah, this is going real hard on the corruption of the just big pharma, really, at the end of the day, by also tackling people profiting on these things. You know, the different ways these people are kind of flaunting and exerting their own power, and also the way they've kind of gotten to this point, which kind of happens when you get used to a thing. You know, you got to take things higher and higher and higher and higher, much like the chain of addiction itself, the gateway of it all. I don't know how much of this is, I hope none of this gets me age restricted on here, man, because this is talking about some serious shit, kind of. Not even kind of, for real. You know, it's interesting to see how each of the different family members are kind of just doing their own thing to kind of get what they can out of life. The exertion of power from Kate Siegel's character. I don't know all the names just yet. Where she's just keeping an eye on all the court stuff. She's trying to micromanage again. They're all trying to figure out who's talking to the feds behind their all's back. I'm still going to go with it's probably Lenore, but we'll see. You know, she's got her assistants that are always looking into everything, but at the same time, they're also her quite literal submissives in this way, because they all go back, you know, they're there for her pleasure. They are her toys. And then Prospero's kind of got his own little menagerie as well, you know, going out to Raul Coley's character, who is kind of the party boy. You know, we saw him playing the field, so to speak, with his lover, and then his side piece, and then the secrets and the drugs and all of that, you know. But then you have Samantha Sloyan with her husband here. She's experiencing this pleasure by observing them experiencing this pleasure, this voyeurism aspect of it all, this cuckolding element as well, while he's pretending to be on a date with her, but she's watching it as they are experiencing it. She's playing this, basically be an avatar for her so she can experience it through them. Just seeing the ways that this power and these positions and this different way that everybody is kind of living their lives, whether it be through somebody vicariously or like Prospero being the person at the center of it all. It's really interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'm sure are still going over my head, but I love what they did in this. Mark Hamill's doing a really good job in the role they've got him in, and I love just the way this character he's got, like, fits his dry delivery real good, and I love it. Everybody's doing a really good job, man. And the way this is all parsed out, it's very different, but it's all these same Mike Flanagan themes. The performances across the board, the music, the sound design, the editing, a lot of the transitions in this were really good. I love the use of Poe's work in here, down to Roderick's first wife being Annabelle Lee, and he was, of course, quoting the poem itself, Annabelle Lee to Annabelle. It's just really, really, really wild, really interesting. Again, the visuals, fantastic. this is a lot to think about, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot, but that's where I hope you guys are going to come in, because I would love to hear your interpretations of everything that we've been witnessing as well. And this is just the first 2 episodes, dude. We still have 6 more of these. But yeah, guys, that's another one down. I think I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to try not to go on forever after each one of these videos, but it's just hard not to, man. There's a lot to chew on, and I still feel like, especially in this one, that I didn't get nearly everything. My brain is moosh. My brain is acidic body moosh right now. So we'll see what happens in the next one, guys. I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below, your interpretations, and we'll carry on the conversation after the video. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. Speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny, Cher, Ryan, Karen, Yuri, Coruscant, Margaret, Grace, Melito, Robert Anguino, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake and Trell, Eric Official, and Amy Becca. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.